All right, I've got to make this quick. I am sitting in the South right now, and I'm wearing a Union soldier uniform. It's very dangerous. So really quickly, we're on our next big adventure. We're going to be heading north. That's as much as I'm going to tell you right now. But hang in there, and we'll see you when we get to our Civil War battlefield. I have done a lot of dangerous things in my life, and if you don't believe me, ask Sarah. But driving through Washington, D.C. traffic is probably one of the most dangerous things I have ever done. So I'm sure by the title you have already guessed that we are coming up to see Gettysburg. We are really excited. This is something that I haven't seen since I was a little kid, and just thrilled to be able to get up here and actually, I guess, see history rather than just read it from a book. So we stopped in a place called Artillery Ridge Campground, and I'm telling you, this is a fantastic campground. I mean, top notch. This is like resort level quality, and it's also a horse farm. So I'm standing inside of the pavilion that they have in the center of the campground. See the nice large fireplace over in the corner? You saw just a minute ago Arliss and Ketch playing miniature golf. Really nice miniature golf course. But look at this pool. We're gonna come back here, it looks like tomorrow. It looks like we just missed it. We rolled in probably close to about 7 o'clock. So it looks like that's probably when it shuts down for the night. But there was no fast way to get through DC traffic. And honestly, I think we're just glad to be alive. We wanted to show you a few things that are really cool about this campground.
Like
horses.
A firewood vending machine. Miniature golf.
Chilling by the fire. Cornhole.
A playground. Swimming.
We are at Gettysburg, and wouldn't you know it, before we even get to the visitor center, we're pretty much stopped on the walking path looking at all of the flowers before we get in. But I will say, it is a very beautiful walk as you park in the visitors parking area and walk to the Gettysburg Visitor Center. And they always recommend, or at least what I've heard is they recommend that this is the place that you go first, because then you get a little bit more of the history. You can talk to some of the rangers, find out exactly where you want to go and what are the places to see. We're really interested in trying to find, are there any great places for sunrises, sunsets, and just, we're only here for one day. So what is there to do at Gettysburg in one day and still be able to get an idea of what went on here?
Snipe them.
So just an update, when you come into the visitor center, if you have the National Parks Pass, it does not make a difference. This facility is owned by the Gettysburg Foundation, so you are making a separate donation to come here, even though it is part of the National Park system. The cost of it's right around $20. It was about a little over $20 per person if you're an adult. From 13 on up is considered an adult. If you are 12 or under, it was about $15. So all total, for 4 adults and 1 child, it was $95 for us to come to the Gettysburg Museum. But what that gets you is that gets you into the museum, it gets you the film, and it also gets you the cyclorama, which I believe is it's the largest mural painted in the United States. So we're just waiting for Arliss as he is unloading his weapons into the car, because he brought a knife with him, which he always brings a knife. We're from the South. But as soon as he gets in, we will go ahead and go on in and show you what the Gettysburg Museum has to offer. So if you are hungry, there is a refreshment saloon. I don't know when it opens, but it does not open now. Oh, it opens up at 11 a.m. And this is your menu. No prices, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff. Snacks. And a cafe. This is not your typical national park. I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar renovation that they put in here. Go ahead and show a copy of the pricing really quickly here. So what was your opinion of the movie?
I liked it. It was good. It was very informative. Gotta love Morgan Freeman.
You do love Morgan Freeman.
It was good.
I will say it's got a runtime of about 20 minutes. Get there early if you want a good seat. I really don't think there's a bad seat inside of the
You
theater.
don't get there super early.
No, I mean like get there like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max.
5-10 minutes. You'll be okay.
But then afterwards you walk upstairs, and when you get up there you'll see the entire Circle-rama,
That was cool.
which is one of the largest oil paintings, what they said, in the world.
They said it was 42 feet high and 377 feet wide. Like around. It's crazy.
It's hard to kind of see because there's so many people and you're standing in just one specific area. I would just say when you do get in there, make sure that you go straight over, I think get off the escalator and then go the complete opposite way. That's where Pickett's charge was at, so I think you get to see a majority of what they're talking about. But it's hard to walk around, it's hard to see, so just kind of pick a place and enjoy looking at the art. But it is really cool.
If you go when there's a lot of people. There's a lot of like school kids there.
But I would say the movie as a whole was really informative. I thought they did a good job of explaining not only, you know, what led to the cause of the Civil War, but I think also what took place over the 3 days of the battle that was here. So I really think that when you come here, this is the first place that you should start. And then kind of go and look at the battlefield, because it gives you a little bit more perspective of what you're seeing and what took place when you get a little bit of history to go beforehand.
And now we're gonna go pick up Charlie and eat.
And we're gonna go see some battlefields.
Joined us in the car.
What?
Hi, also.
Oh yeah, this guy too. But the most important,
Oh wow.
he's already drooled all over my leg.
Alright, Vera,
Did it.
you paired it?
We're getting the iPad set up
Press
to the
connect.
car because we're doing a driving tour, and
Hi.
it's got like audio.
We're standing up here at, I guess, tour spot number 3. In the background over there, you do see the I guess the town, the borough of Gettysburg. And supposedly right here, this is where the end of day 1 fighting happened, where the Confederates came in and they pushed the Union Army back into Gettysburg, into the downtown area. They actually pushed them through the streets, but according to the documentary, the most important part is that the Union Army was able to keep Cemetery Hill, which allowed them to hold the high ground going into day number 2. The other important part is that as Longstreet comes in, Longstreet wants to regroup, find better ground, because as you are looking at this ground and you are coming from the lower position, you are coming in at a disadvantage. So the Union Army had the advantage going into day number 2, but Robert E. Lee wanted to end the war. And so that's why he pushed and he pushed and he pushed, regardless of how bad his position was. He wanted to create conflict in the north, which would draw people away from the south and help his people grow crops, give them a little bit of freedom from the north terrorizing the south. So really interesting going into day number 2. So let's get back in the car and let's see what happens. One of the interesting facts about this North Carolina monument is that this monument was sculpted by the exact same sculptor that sculpted, well, I'm saying sculpted a lot, that sculpted Mount Rushmore. So I never knew that, but cool fact none the least. So right now we are sitting on Seminary Ridge. This is where the Confederates, obviously we're just looking at North Carolina, we're holding ground. Now right across, you can kind of see that, I guess, obelisk or whatever that is. That is Cemetery Ridge. So that is where the Union Army was, which is a little bit of the higher ground. So this is where most of the battle took place on July 2nd and July 3rd.
I was just reading on the monument up there that during the Battle of Gettysburg, 1863, July first, second, and third, 1 of every 4 soldiers who died here was from North Carolina, because they had 32 regiments fighting in action.
Wow, that's a lot of mothers that lost their sons.
Yeah, that is a lot.
One of the interesting things is this right here is where Robert Lee decided that he was going to issue Pickett's charge, because all of the action on this side of the line failed, and all the action on that side of the line failed. So he figured the center was the weakest part. Okay. So what he did is he pretty much sent 12,000 troops, a lot of them from North Carolina, straight across this field that you're seeing right here in a charge.
What he didn't see was there's people over the
Well, no, I mean, but basically what he didn't see is, I mean, he wanted to win so bad, but as you can see, not only are they going, this field right now is almost exactly how it looks in 1863. I mean, it's wide open. There's fencing that they have to navigate. They're going uphill. They are completely entrenched on Cemetery Ridge up there. They've got massive cannons still firing because they're out of ammunition over here. So these guys are going uphill, climbing fences, cannonballs coming their way, shots coming their way. I mean, who in the world would even think that that would be successful?
It's just a death trap.
If you can imagine being a young person getting ready to run across this field and knowing that the likelihood that you're going to die is very significant. Being here compared to actually seeing it in a movie is absolutely worth the trip. And doing it on the audio tour actually is pretty fun. So let's go to the next spot and see what they have in store for us. One of the things that I would recommend is getting yourself or bringing along an iPad, and make sure that you either have some type of internet source or some way to tether the iPad, or it has its own service, because they have got the neatest little things that you can look on. So you find the auto tour, and there are 16 different stops that you can do, and it walks you through the entire battle. So you can see that we just went through, let's see, we just went through the Pennsylvania Memorial, and you can see when I go to it, I can explore this location, and then I can go and I can click on a video. So I can now watch this in the car with the air conditioning, and we can just sit back and enjoy. If it's something that you want to get out and go to, like we just went to the Pennsylvania Monument, that thing is awesome. So we can get out, explore it, and then come back in, get in the car, drive to the next site, and keep going. It is a must. It's free. The app is free. You really just need a way to show it in your car. And it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours if you do it right. But you see everything. It is so much fun. 100% recommend doing the auto tour. Holy cow, what a view. So we are sitting on top of Culp's Hill. And I'm sorry I'm out of breath. I should not be. But I guess 94 steps is my limit. Look at that. So looking off over to Gettysburg, this is the uppermost part of, I guess, what they call the Hook of the J. on Culp's Hill, and a very strategic part of the end line of the Union Army. And holy cow, this is beautiful up here. All right, I know you can't see it, or maybe you can, right over there with my fuzzy finger. That is the statue that we were at where Robert E. Lee was meeting with Longstreet, looking across, about ready to issue Pickett's charge. So we are now on the other side of where Pickett's charge was coming across. So you can see, look at the difference in terrain. See how much higher we are? This is definitely the solid position. And everybody, I mean, we've got all of this artillery is sitting here, just pounding these guys as they are trying to cross over this rough terrain, this flat, open, rough terrain in front of us. So it is unbelievable to think that this is what the troops had to try and come across to get to this position, as you have the entire Union Army just fortified up here on top of Cemetery. This is Cemetery Ridge. Ah, it's unbelievable that they thought that this would win. It's crazy. So Ketch, what did I tell you happened right here? Who gave a speech right here at this spot?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. And what number president was he?
63.
No, it has 6 in it.
61.
16.
16.
All right. And so he gave a famous speech. What do you think that speech was called?
I don't know.
The Gettysburg. And he's gone. Lesson over. What do you think? How does it feel to be walking in the same place that Abraham Lincoln grazed?
I think this is my favorite part.
Just because it's so peaceful? And there's no kids walking around other than ours?
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Come with me.
That's why
You are right now standing where Abraham.
Well, and I think this is the perfect time because of the lack of people, but the light is fantastic in here right now.
Fantastic.
Mom, come stand right here by the crack, and I'll move.
Is that a special crack?
No, just stand right there. Now you're standing in the place where Abraham Lincoln did.
That exact crack is where he was at?
Yes.
How did you know that? Offer never blames the course or the club. Oh, I believe, which it is the mural of Pickett's charge. So it gets you into all of those. Well, it's good lighting.
Not for me. I look like a ghost.
Yeah, you really get a strong glue smell in here.
They wanted to stick with you. Arliss is walking back to the car. Someone forgot. Weapons aren't allowed at national parks.
Hold my hand. He said, "I have on you."
They just stopped Ketch at security because he went in the wrong way. And they were joking. They said they were gonna arrest him. They pulled out the handcuffs. And so now
went in
he's
the wrong
quietly
door.
walking.
I love it.